we sometimes didn't know when we're gonna get paid.
When we came back from our honeymoon, which was 2019, I went to my brother's office and I quit.
So we didn't really have an option. Maybe that's living in that small place, made us not have any other option and just like build us.
What would you say? So this is a story how we went from selling solar door to door, and for me installing solar panels in Southern California at 120 degrees or 50 degrees Celsius on the roofs, obviously, not obviously, because you can install solar also on the ground, but installing solar, selling door to door, to building a fully remote business from home. It's a power couple. As someone or as a couple that wants to build businesses together or decided to build businesses together.
It has the unique approach to working with each other, because that's like 1% of couples, married or partners, that can really spend 24 hours a day with each other when it comes to married life, when it comes to business, because you can't really get out of the office and like close the door and go back home and take your business mask off or business hat off and put your wifey or hubby hat on. So a lot of lessons.
Especially when we started, we were working from like the studio, pretty much a small apartment, from a kitchen table.
Yeah, we didn't even.
It was quite intense. Not only were we spending 24 hours together, but also we were in like very small
If
place.
We got mad at each other, we could only go to the bathroom to
hide in the bathroom,
the door
without windows. But yeah, that was quite definitely the beginning.
So we didn't really have an option. Maybe that's living in that small place, made us not have any other option and just like build us.
What would you say? What would you say was the reason why we didn't have an option? Because obviously when we started, I remember when we did like one meal a day. So we only to make sure that we have at least one meal together. We didn't eat outside of that window.
Because I had a different job, you had a different job. So you would work in the mornings and I would work at night. So we had that few hours a day. Not even few. Sometimes it would be like 1 hour.
Yeah.
Or 40 minutes
max.
when we could just meet. And we fasted. So that was.
And then we had one day off on meal. Sundays. We would drive up to Beverly Hills, 2 hours drive to watch the cars and people, with their jewelry, watches, shopping at,
we were
at the road they drive. We're definitely
life.
Manifesting big time.
This is and that's another thing that makes us really good partners in every aspect of life, because we like the same things. Like we have the same vision, we have the same goal, we like the same things, and this is what keeps
quite
us
simple.
going.
So cars, exotic cars, watches, traveling, real estate. So I guess the vision kept us, but it didn't answer my question. But what kept us, like you said we didn't have an option. We had to make it work as a power couple or as a couple doing business. What I'm trying to say is a couple doing business together. So why do you think is that, we didn't have an option?
Well, I think I said that we didn't have an option because I was referring to the apartment.
Oh.
But we didn't have an option because we knew that we wanted to spend every single hour with each other. We didn't want to wait like 50 years until we're retired to be able to, start living life together, because
I think that's the vision. Because when we came back from our honeymoon, which was 2019, I went to my brother's office and I quit. I basically said, I don't know how we're gonna pay the bills. I don't know what we're gonna do, how we're gonna make it work, but I just know that we'll make it happen. I don't want to go all into that. We cut all the ropes from like my side, Claudia's side, and we decided to do something together. And I guess once we made a decision and you speak it out loud, you just leave yourself no other option but to succeed.
That's totally true. And also Well, I'm that type of person. If I say something, it's not that, oh, I have to prove it and do it. Yes, but also I don't really like think about it again. I never look back. I don't really question a lot of things. For me, it's just, okay, let's do it. We said this. We said that we want to have our own businesses, be super successful, but also not sacrificing our love life when it comes to like building a family, being great husband and wife. So we still like enjoy it, but we also enjoy building businesses or creating awesome stuff together.
Yeah. And I think that thought is coming with me for quite some time right now, that it's because we're now, the main businesses are the agency that we grow remotely, working with our clients, and we are so involved in our clients' businesses that I almost like forgot that I'm also building my own business. That's kind of like something that I struggle recently.
Well, that the good that you mentioned that it's recently, because we did decide to do a little step back so we can do a few steps moving forward, because we have big plans for 2024, and sometimes in life you have to do these things, and it's not a setback, because absolutely not, because we're at a really good point right now where we don't really have to stress comparing to a few years ago, even like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So this was a wise decision, I would say, and still there's only benefits to it.
So what businesses we went through since 2019? So
first we had,
I think, the cleaning, Claudia's cleaning.
I think now I'm just thinking, did I start working at the restaurants before, during, or?
I think around that time.
I think it was like everything at once.
Yeah, we were looking for so many options.
You stayed with the solar. I started actually in the solar too, but it wasn't for me.
Yeah, you quit solar earlier. I was still with solar. Then I quit solar. We were already doing cleaning.
But before you quit solar, you had your first.
Yeah, like Shopify service, drop shipping. Like, if you don't know what drop shipping is, just kidding.
So that
I'm sure you know what drop shipping is.
And I think that's a very important actually part, because that's where it all started. That's where you said you were talking about having the laptop lifestyle and traveling and working from any place in the world.
And we started the right way in terms of like the product, because we started selling baby products.
Yeah.
And obviously we weren't parents, but we wanted to have kids. We still want to have kids. So it's in front of us. But what I'm trying to say is that if you actually build a brand for baby products, and maybe it was stupid to not have babies and doing baby products, because what do we know about it?
No, I don't think it's stupid, because there's no.
But baby products, I think it's a super interesting niche.
Baby and pet products.
They grow fast.
True.
And you constantly have to get new stuff for your baby.
And you're obsessed, and that's the thing. Like we're guilty. We not for babies yet, but for dogs, we're obsessed.
Speaking of dogs
and Freddie.
What's up, Freddie?
Yeah, so we had that. So yeah, again, that was a very important. That was like the first thought about having this life that we have right now.
Then we had the keto coaching.
Where
I wanted to be a keto coach, and the only person that bought my course, $47, was your sister.
Thanks, Emma.
Then
I had a few restaurants. I worked at a few places, and
we ended up working together the same restaurant.
That was later, yeah.
It was later.
Yeah, that was.
We got our real estate license.
License. We were supposed to open a big, like a spa locally.
A franchise. Massively in depth.
Yes.
And start the local spa.
Thankfully, that didn't happen. And probably there was like 10 other different things at once that we wanted to start. But shout out to our friend, Brad, that we met one night. And we started, talking about all the plans that we have. And he's in business too. And he has his mom in his business. She's very successful. So he looked at us and he said, no. You focus one thing at a time. Forget about all of the other businesses that, first of all, you have
I think it was
head.
7. I remember somehow the number 7 sticks with me. Like I think we
7,
had
yeah,
7
something like
business
that. And he's
ideas
like,
and
you
some of
have
them in progress.
to close the whatever you're doing right now and focus only maybe on 2 things. Because one thing, I don't even remember right now what was it, but like one thing we had figured out. So then we were like building the other business or whatever. So we're
looking back, I would probably keep the evening job and just focus on one business for sure. I mean, in between all these jobs, I remember we were cleaning freaking toilets for Airbnb houses, and in between I had like calls for like social media marketing management, running ads. Later we got into email and SMS. I mean, email first, but yeah, there was always some digital business or online business, remote business in progress. And then I remember on top of Brad, I think back then our accountant or the tax preparer, not accountant, tax preparer told us like, you guys have to figure out. Yeah, we did our first deal in real estate. It was pretty massive, and came through friends, or I actually did really well in Ecom. And but it's like a little bit here, a little bit there. It's not gonna work.
That's the thing, because we were like all over the place all the time, and because it was a lot and we had so many other stuff in our heads that we couldn't really focus on one thing, so we could like focus only on that thing. And yeah, if I would start again, I would do the same thing. Maybe keep like the 9 to 5 or 5
I would
to
keep
9,
the 5 to 9, like
and
the
then
evening
just
job.
like focus on one thing, because you're never gonna be really successful if you're a little bit here, you're a little bit here, and then obviously you'll start getting more and more ideas, and you want to do this, and then you have friends, oh, you have to start this. And also another thing is like the FOMO is real. You had a real
I'm a big FOMO, master FOMO guy.
Yeah, thankfully, again, that's what makes us a good partnership, because I'm totally not FOMOing anything.
Yeah.
So we balance each other out in these situations.
No, you're definitely really good at, this is already mine. Like I don't need to be like jealous. I don't need to FOMO, or I don't need to act like this is something exciting. It's just another jet that passes, that flies by, or it's another Rolls Royce or whatever. You never like get super excited, like, oh my God, look at it, look at the watch, look at the car.
No.
Like I like that about you. But I would definitely keep the evening job, something that pays the bills. Like this was the most stressful time. We were full of hopes that we're gonna land one client, and we landed first client pretty quickly, but didn't last long because something happened to her business, lady's business, and we didn't end up working together for a long time. But I just was full of hope that we're gonna close 2-3 deals.
Yeah, and we always said, oh, it's just one client can change your life, because it was for like good 2 years. We were like up and down, because since we I think we were still working, you probably still in the solar, I was working here and there, and because we didn't have time to like go out anywhere other than those Sundays, we would end up with like a lot, not a lot, but like some money that we were just like, oh my God, what are we gonna do now? Let's go just steakhouse or something. And
you're talking about
our accounts, remember? We had
profit first stuff, so that worked really well until we quit our job.
Well, that's working fun when you have income coming in, like
maybe we should
on a
revisit
daily, or
that
like whatever, bi-weekly. But when we got ourselves out of that situation where we would have money coming in, and we sometimes didn't know when we're gonna get paid the next time. So it was always like up and down, and we were I remember just us waiting and praying and working obviously hard for the moment that we don't have to like worry about, okay, when or what can we buy, food in the grocery store.
One of the reasons why I lost my hair.
Yeah, that was super stressful.
It was crazy. That was the worst, definitely. I don't know why we,
I don't know, because there was like a lot of different, we could go back to work. Like there was so many things that we could do that, we wouldn't be so stressed about. But in that time, look, we were so focused on like proving everyone wrong, and making this shit work.
Yeah, big lessons there. Yeah, with accounting and taxes as well, like big lessons there. Very expensive or expansive lessons there. It could be easily avoided. I mean, in America, where we live, especially where we live, for 8 to 9 months out of the year, there's a hot season here because it's beautiful weather outside of the summertime where it's too hot. There's a lot of wealthy people here, so you can make easily per person like 80 to 120 grand a year easily, like maybe not 4, but 5 days a week working, whether it's like in sales, selling, their friends selling furniture, they make 150K a year. You can work at a casino, but we just never.
We had this big vision that we didn't want to work. We wanted, not that we didn't want to work, but like we didn't want to go back to working for someone in like, a service type of business. Because we were just like, no, we have to think bigger because we need a lot of money in our life to live the lifestyle that we love. And yeah, it is fancy, but I don't care. This is my life. I'm gonna live however I like to live.
Yeah, no, we definitely have to. We made this was definitely something that we chose. I mean, it was our decision.
And it was probably because we were young. We didn't really, think about, oh my God, should we start saving money? Because like, what's gonna happen? What if something happens in 2 years or something? Like, it was even before lockdown, like before this crazy 2020 situation.
Yeah.
We didn't even think about this crisis or something. So we didn't have any money on the side. We were just living day to day. Having fun, but yeah, I lost my track. But yeah, it was something that we knew that we are going to just make it work.
True. So what do you think? What's next? What's 2024 plan?
2024 plan is obviously to grow our agency, but
how big?
But 2024, we are opening our own brand.
Opening?
I mean, creating. Opening our Shopify store. Where, this is something that we've already done once, but it didn't go the way we planned. But yeah, I'm just tired of just talking about it. We just have to do it. Like, we just have to do it.
Yeah. No, I think it's obviously another business that we would have to do. I think the agency is moving to the right direction right now. Mm-hmm. We will focus on creating a lot of content, valuable content on LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, obviously. I think that's going to be the key: branding, personal branding, and growing our audiences there. Becoming authority in the space. That's kind of like my main priority for next year.
My priority is organizing myself with creating, systems, because as you mentioned before, we do want to have a baby. So I need to create something that if I can't work, that the business is gonna keep just.
You need to read the book Built to Sell.
I think I read it, but I have to read it again.
Reread it,
restudy it. So that's definitely my other goal for 2024. To just I don't know. I just feel this in the air that, because some parts in our life are going good, so now we have like more space and we can just like calmly focus on improving things that we created in the past, and then just like it was working, but now we can go back to it and just like make it better.
Let's do it.
So that's the plan.
Let's go. See you in the next video.